Hey, Nelson George with another Follow the Sound. I'm in front of 1635 North Cahuenga Boulevard, which says the Real Songs building. Diane Warren owns this building now, so it's a music spot, but it is also one of the most important sites in R&B and hip hop history. It was constructed in the 1980s at the orders of a man named Dick Griffey, who ran Solar Records, which is one of the greatest R&B based record companies of all time. Solar, owned by Dick Griffey, The Whispers, Shalimar, Midnight Star, Lakeside, Carrie Lucas, Climax. I'm sure I missed Ed the Deal. It was a great place for R&B bands, sort of the last generation of black bands like Lakeside, Midnight Star, The Deal. And then it was a spawning ground for an incredible number of songwriter producers. Leon Silvers did all this incredible work with the Shalimar, as well as the Whispers. Reggie Calloway did so much great stuff with Midnight Star. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis did some of their earliest production work away from Prince for Climax. In fact, they got fired by Prince after doing a session for Climax here in LA. And ultimately, LA and Babyface. They were members of The Deal, and they became incredible, as we know, some of the greatest producer-songwriters of R&B history. Now, the other thing that's remarkable, there's a studio, actually a couple of studios in here. The soundtrack to Deep Cover, the Larry Fishburne film, was on Solar Records. And Deep Cover, the record that announced the Dr. Dre Snoop Dogg collaboration that led to The Chronic, was recorded in this building. This reputedly is also the building where the famous incident happened, where supposedly Suge Knight convinced, and I use the word loosely, convinced Eazy-E to let Dr. Dre out of his contract. I don't know if that actually happened here, but legend has it happened here. So in terms of R&B history, Suge Knight actually was Dick Griffey's bodyguard at one point. So a lot of the stuff that he learned about the music business came from Dick. Now, Dick Griffey was one of my, I really admired him. He used to say that black music was the Arab oil of black America, and that it should be used as the basis to build an economy. Dick, who started as a talent booker for concerts here, he worked at Soul Train with Dick Griffey, with Don Cornelius when he was getting that off the ground. In fact, Solar originally was Soul Train Records, and when he and Dick split, he called it Sound of Los Angeles Records. He was a remarkable cat. Toward the end of his life, he was very involved in doing work in Africa, importing stuff from Africa to the States. So he was a kind of a visionary guy. He trained Suge Knight, but he'd bring, gangbangers up in here to try and show them how to run a real business. So he was quite a cat. I really admired him. He was brusque, tough, but he built one of the greatest record companies of all time. So here I am at 1635 North Cahuenga, once the home of Solar Records. Nelson George, Follow Sound, more to come.